Yeah, what video is it? Freaking. Alright, Juwan X Don.
Except my STEEZ, what's going on?
Shit, so we bringing y'all the first of the year of our recap videos. If you've been around since last year, you know what to expect. If you're new this time, welcome to the channel. Please subscribe. We're gonna be doing this all year, so definitely stay tuned. But for these back, y'all, we're back.
Yep.
And shit, you know how we got started, man? Any major takeaways this round?
Really, I had a number to decide from, to be honest, bro. Maybe just being so fresh with back in the footy, man. You're looking for a lot of things, but I think the thing that I want to particularly highlight was how is the MRO about to start treating the players this season with the injuries and the suspensions and the fines. Not the injuries, but it's already just seemed like they're off to some inconsistent start, bro, with the injury, with the fines and the suspensions, bro, with the Willie Brioli and the Mitch Robinson and the Rory Sloan and the Sam Draper and there's one more, I think, Dougal Howard hitting Mason Cox. Like, it's just so inconsistent with some people getting fines and some people getting suspensions. When I was the ones that I thought were clear cut should get suspended, got off with a fine. So, and then some questionable ones were given suspension and then overturned, or whether it was upheld. So it's just, I don't know what to expect, bro. I guess I just got to keep seeing what's going on throughout the week, man, or the season. But it's just,
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that shit definitely affected me this week. So that was a good one for sure. My major takeaway this round was the Coleman leaders. A lot of unsuspecting Coleman leaders this round. A few names that I was expecting did make it. I see Aaron Adams on there with 4 goals this week. Tom Hawkins on there with 4 goals. Joe Danaher with 4. Could have been more, but we'll get into that later. But who surprised me this week was the young blokes, the new guys, Josh Rochelle and Nick Martin. Josh Rochelle, let me start with Nick Martin. Nick Martin plays for Essendon. He kicked 5 goals towards the end of that
drubbing.
Yeah, the end for that ass whooping. So I kind of give him a little less credit for his 5 goals, although he was accurate 5-0. So that is respectful. But Josh Rochelle, first game, 5 goals, very involved throughout the whole game, close game at that. I just have to, I give it to the Coleman leaders because these were names that I wasn't expecting to see. I don't think anybody was expecting to see these players right now, so I'm going to give them that shine. So shout out to them boys, shout out to Nick Martin, shout out to Josh Rochelle, and shout out to Tyson Stingle too, because he just had a great breakout game. Finally getting the chance, another young bloke to be looking out for the rest of the year for the Cats. But yeah, that's my takeaway. It was kind of long, but yeah.
yeah. So yeah, man, a lot to take away. As you see, like I said, there could have been a couple of them, but that's the ones that we took away. Let us know in the comments what you think.
Let us know your takeaways.
Exactly, bro. So first game was a grand final rematch. As we all watched Melbourne dominate that. And this week, they kind of did the same shit, man. Except it was kind of weird, bro, because it was very similar to how the grand final was last year. And I think we both pointed it out just watching it when we were watching it live with all the homies. And it's just weird how you hold both of them so strong in the midfield in different areas, but they still let up the runs and they could go on continued runs. And it's just crazy, bro. And Melbourne won this game, bro.
I'm going to say Petrarca for Brownlow. I'm going to say that early. Petrarca really just dominated this game, in my opinion. I was expecting Melbourne to have a little bit of a fall off, but they really came back full gear. None of their players were really hurting or anything, so they came back and really showed why they earned that premiership. I thought the Dogs were going to be playing with a chip on their shoulder, but Bonnie ended up getting hurt for a little bit. I think he missed a quarter. I think they needed him. That's when Melbourne kind of really pulled away, in my opinion. But it was a great game nonetheless. A great start to the week for sure.
Yeah, the Dogs went on the run with Bont in there, and he definitely, as we all know, he can affect the whole course of the game. And not only did Bont get hurt, but Christian Salem got hurt pretty early in the game, so Melbourne kind of had to test themselves as well. Would he have some type of knee injury, I believe? But they didn't really miss a step because Jaden Hunt kind of did the same shit that he does right off half back, like with the run. And Jaden Smith looked real involved with the tackling and running off half back. And they also had Tom Williamson, Adam Tomlinson. I get them boys mixed up, bro. But he stepped back. He's usually a forward. He stepped back and helped back down back to cover what you might not have with Salem there. So, but like you said, Naughton was very involved. He really kind of looked like the only forward that was really doing much, which is kind of a worry that I had of the Dogs. And the back line kind of didn't hold up as well with as strong as Melbourne is. Again, they definitely got away at the end. But another thing to highlight, they didn't have Liberatore in the midfield.
Yeah,
they had him at four. So
fact.
I'm kind of questioning Beveridge's moves when he led the league in clearances last year. So I really don't know why you would do that, considering the competition that you're going against. This isn't the team I feel like you would want to test shit out against, especially since it's a team that had your number. So, yeah, I think Melbourne did it in a convincingly fashion, man. And like you said, Petrarca did that. Petrarca played very well to the point where it made Clayton Oliver not look that great. And Clayton Oliver still had good numbers, bro. Great numbers, actually. So, shout out to Petrarca. Max Gahn. And Max Gahn didn't even play that great, bro. So it's like, what Petrarca, bro?
I don't know. I'm starting to think it's just Petrarca that makes he makes players around him look good because how good he is. So I really do think he's just on that next caliber.
I won't say he makes Gahn though, because Gahn has been that nigga before. Petrarca moved to this elevation.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. But he definitely got a little easier now.
Yeah, absolutely. So shout out to Melbourne, man. Next game we got them Carlton boys. What you think, man? What you think about that Carlton Richmond game, man? It was a wrap up.
So one of the tips I got right this week.
Shout out to you, man.
Richmond actually Richmond looked similar. Richmond kind of did what I expected them to do. They had that high pressure. They were tough to get around. One-on-one contest, Richmond is still a problem. In that first quarter, it was looking like they was still them guys, but that's where I think Michael Voss came in and he really made a difference at quarter time. He didn't even wait for the half. He made a difference at quarter time, and you could see the different style of play. Carlton was a lot more aggressive. Their midfield was active. Patrick Cripps was he was something to talk about this game for sure. It was a good game. I'm really hopeful for y'all boys. Actually, y'all. Then Washington didn't even play much. Y'all get some players back, bro. I can really see that midfield being dominant under. I think it was just the coach, bro. Like people been saying, the talent's been there, and now I think y'all got a coach that can get y'all there. So it was good to see. It was good to see.
That's what's up, man. I was very happy with this game. Wasn't very happy in the beginning. I think y'all folks in the comments were saying I look stressed, bro. And I was because Richmond had that pressure, like you said, bro. And I didn't know if we were able to handle that. And we weren't giving out the same pressure that they were giving us. Or we weren't able to handle it as well as they were able to handle ours. But I did like the pressure. It's noticeable. It's obvious. And we out-tackle Richmond by 10 tackles this game. So that's a great sign to see. Just the effort level and the intensity behind the ball and going for the ball. We want contested possession. So we're ticking off the boxes that I really love to see in a team that's proven to be tough. And like you said, the midfield, you had Chera and Hewitt, the two new recruits. They look great. They look like they moved in real smooth. Georgie with the tackles, man. He's just bringing a strong. He brings what Ed Curnow brought, but much better. So it's an upgrade in that position. And Chera was clean with the ball. He was getting bullied now. Chera was getting beat the fuck up early on, bro. But he's straight now. And he had like 30 disposals. So he was cool. And Matt Kennedy, can't speak enough about him. He was on the list already, but he got in there and he looks real comfortable. He looks smooth, got some goals in. And Matt Kennedy looking like somebody that needs to be talked about. He's not just one of the numbers. And he arguably was, if not Cripps, he was the best midfielder on the field. Yeah. And so this game was even more encouraging because we were inaccurate. which kind of worried me a little bit. We weren't efficient inside the 50. But that just goes to show, I think, when we can get like Harry and Charlie, they didn't have great games at all. Most of our goals came from our midfielders. So when we do get them going, we can be even more dangerous team. But we do got to figure out how to get it there. But you know, that's gonna take some time with a new team and a new coach and figuring out how to work with each other, and that's how it's gonna go. So I was happy. And one thing noticeable about the team is we do move a lot different. We move a lot more off the handballs, off the overlap running, and Zach Williams and Adam Sott will be dangerous going forward. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm proud of them boys. They finished dominant fourth quarter, whooped their ass for real, and
Rip jumper crippler.
yeah, they did rip his jumper. He was taking 3 people on. He was looking back what I was expecting to see from him last year. So that's really all I got, man. I'm proud of them boys.
For sure. So next game we had Saints versus Pies, man. I don't know about this game, bruh. Like, I say I don't know. I was disappointed this game a little bit because it fucked up my tips. But my tips was horrible this week. Y'all gonna see next video. But the Saints, I think their problems are really showing this game, like their lack of forwards, and them just not being able to get the ball to their forwards. Ben King, he grew the mustache. He kind of looks different now. He looks a lot older. I thought he was going to be playing like a grown man.
Max King.
Yeah, Max King, my bad. But come on, Max, you gotta play a little bit better than that, I think, especially since you know you're that option. Not saying you didn't go up for any, you definitely tried, but it didn't work out. Collingwood, Collie Wobbles, and y'all look like a different team too, man. Y'all kind of are under that same transformation as Carlton right now, bro. Probably with a lot less talent though, but with the new coach, I think Collingwood is looking better this year. And shit, I can't really go on about the Collie Wobbles, man.
All right, so I'm gonna disrespect the Collie Wobbles real quick because I forgot to say something about the Carlton boys. Doherty came back for his cancer game from cancer. This is his first game back, so salute to him, bro. Not to pass on that, but Collingwood, bro. The Saints, I've tipped Collingwood to win this game mostly because the Saints are just inconsistent. You don't know what you're getting from them, and they proved it. They proved it to be the team that you thought they would be, and they're not bringing the defensive pressure that they can bring when they are on top of their game. And so I'm kind of questioning what that is and why they're not doing that. They do have the lack of the forward situation as far as them being able to distribute the ball to other forwards because the midfield isn't really clicking on all cylinders. You have one main forward, you have 2, Membry, who I think he got a little involved, but Max King, they overshot him a lot of times with the kicks inside 50 as well, and he just had a tough out in this game, and I know it was probably frustrating, but none of the small forwards gave the Saints any help at all. Gresham, Butler, and the boys, they didn't bring enough. And Collingwood dominated most of the first half with their attacking style. Now they look like they're more attacking team than a defending team. And it worked out for them. They took a lot of daring kicks in the corridor, whether it was the right play or not, but it worked out for them. So they took risks and it worked. The game kind of blessed them out this game, and it showed on the scoreboard. I think the Saints couldn't quite. I think the Collingwood kind of looked like they were struggling at times in the beginning, but the Saints couldn't make them pay for their turnovers, I think, for the most part. But they did start to come back in the third or fourth quarter, partially because the new 26 debutant, or whatever you want to call that shit. Jack Hayes, he played very good, which was another one of the surprise debut players to have a great impact on the game. Dacos as well, he played very good. He played off halfback rather than the midfield. And I guess they're easing him into the game, and he looked like he fit. Lipinski might be recruit of the year. He came up looking great, bro. Like somebody who the dogs kind of threw him away like he was trash, and he came into a new side, turned the fuck up. The goalie turned the fuck up. He got involved in the game whenever Collingwood was hitting on all cylinders. And the Saints, yet again, as we all know, the inaccurate team that they are as well.
Also for the Pies, they got the young bloke Ginevon.
Yeah, it's a shit talker.
Yeah, I like bro. I picked him up on my Ultimate Footy. I think he gonna start turning up. He had 4 shots on goal, maybe 2 missed 2. But I like his confidence.
He was talking shit, going live for like 3 minutes or creating videos, and after the game was talking about Dubs, but it's like, all right, bro. Also, Mason Cox got hit by Dougal Howard, and he looked like he was struggling for sure, but he got a couple marks inside 50. I think he might have scored too. But Collingwood at the end of the day was too much for the Saints. And
They was.
I'm starting to look forward to see what they got going on this year, man. They might be a decent team. I think, like you said, I think they are kind of in the same space as us with improvement, but I won't say that they have the talent gap is too much different because I do like some certain players on Collingwood. Y'all don't tell nobody. But yeah, man, I don't think the Saints were enough.
Fair enough. All right. Next game we got Geelong versus Essendon. And man, so most games this week were pretty close, entertaining to the end. This game, on the other hand, was probably done in the first 10 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah, bro. Geelong. Boy, y'all boys look scary. Y'all just really dominated in the midfield off center bounces. Y'all could really just move the ball. Clearance kicks. The ball was just going wherever Geelong wanted it to go. Tom Hawkins got involved early. I think he scored like 3. Dangerfield was just busting through the center like he was 10 years younger than he really is, bro.
Radigalere had that mark in the beginning of the game.
Radigalere turned up at the beginning. He got hurt towards the end. Oh, speaking of people getting hurt, Jeremy Cameron went down that game.
Hospitalized.
Yeah, that shit was crazy because it didn't even look too bad at first, and then like he was sitting in the locker room and ended up going out on the stretcher. Shit was crazy. But Geelong, bro, they weren't doing no wrong, to be honest, bro. And Essendon just couldn't get it going at all. Most of Essendon's scores were just off like Geelong's little fuck ups, bro. Like they really couldn't even create their own offense. But Stengel, he Geelong player I was talking about earlier, he had 4 goals this game. I think Zach Tui came up for a goal in this game. So, like, Geelong was just doing whatever they wanted, bro. It was crazy. Essendon just looks weak, bro. I don't know what y'all are doing. I know y'all got a few players missing, but y'all can't be looking that bad in the midfield, bro. That just ain't gonna cut it. So, Essendon fans, bro, good luck this season. I don't believe it no more. I don't believe anything for y'all.
Yeah, it was tough to see that. I didn't expect it. I tipped Geelong, but I didn't think it would be quite this bad. I wouldn't think they would dominate them in almost every statistical category, contested possessions and all that. And Essendon did look just poor from contest to contest, bro. Like no strength, like you said in the midfield. They got dominated. Dangerfield was doing what he wanted to, like you said. Tyson Stengel had him a breakout game, which was probably good for his confidence, especially on week 1. Nick Martin was able to get his garbage time, like you had said, his goals. But salute to that boy. It was his first game. And there were the injuries was kind of building up this week, man. Radigalere got punched right in the sides by Sam Draper. He didn't even get suspended. He got fined, which was one of the obvious ones I was speaking of earlier. Kyle Langford pulled a hamstring, I think going up for a mark or maybe or spoil, one of the two. And the forward line from Essendon is, like I said, bro, and I'm thinking they don't have no forwards like that. 2-meter Peter and look, they had to have Nick Martin to score 5 goals to still be ass whooped.
Yeah.
So I don't understand, bro. This gonna be tough, bro. Geelong look like a whole different team. They're not doing the slow kick marks. They're not worried about holding the possession, and they just they're able to take the game on. They're quick with the ball movement off the turnovers, and they don't mind being a handball team at times when they need to. And it looked like, and we noticed last year, even more so, that was their reputation as far as the kick mark game, and they were able to switch it on sometimes. Mm-hmm. And now we're seeing them start to perfect it a little bit this year, I think. And now they're starting to be a little comfortable playing that way. So shout out to Chris Scott for being able to adjust with the times. And that's what a good coach needs to be able to do, and it's working out wonders for him right now in this club. So if they can keep this up, Geelong might be a team that's going to be making me and you look foolish, boy.
I'm saying, my whole argument, the whole offseason was Geelong's too slow, they're too old. And I do think the age might catch up to them throughout the year. They might not have players make it through, or be able to play, all the games and everything. But them boys fast. They can definitely keep up. I think they'll be able to keep up with the young teams. We'll see if they'll be able to do it all game against a competitive team, because I do think Essendon was kind of lackluster that second half. Mm-hmm. But them boys is keeping up this game for sure.
Yeah. Next game is, in my opinion, I would say go match of the week. Match of the round, whatever we want to call it. Sydney versus GWS. And another rematch from the finals game that they had last year. And it was pretty good. And Sydney was able to get their rematch, man. And they were able to win that. And I think this whole game was a very entertaining game. The reason why I say it is because it was a big and high-pressure game. There was just, like, no time for a lot of people to even get, like, a handball off on the time. Whenever you get the ball, they're on your ass. And it just looked very entertaining game of footy. I will say there was a little bit of inaccuracy going on, but it was a very good game to watch. You've seen Himmelberg really step up as a standout forward for GWS. He's looking like the lead forward, trying to put the team on his back while Toby gets back. And there's just a lot to talk about this game. I don't even know where to start, to be honest. Sydney's midfield looked great, bro. They looked great. Most of the goals came from the midfield. Buddy wasn't able to get his 4 goals.
It was 5.
5.
One.
Yeah, 5. He wasn't able to get the 5 goals, but he chipped into the lead a little bit. Looking forward to that next week. No Tom Papley, so the midfield stepped up and they really got the scoring load, especially on the fourth quarter when they took off. I don't know. Golden looked good. Ollie Florin looked good. Luke Parker looked great. Did I just say him?
No.
Oh, Luke Parker looked great. And McInerney off halfback. Nick Blakey. Them boys look crazy. Like Nick Blakey is the lizard. Is just a game changer, and I didn't respect him at all last year. I didn't really know him to be who he was last year, and now he's just really showing me. Isaac Heaney looks good, and I kind of questioned him being in the midfield, but he plays great, man. And Sydney's a team that's gonna make me look dumb because I thought they overachieved, but right now they're looking like that team that is living up to the reputation that they lived up to, well, that they got last year and what they earned last year, I'll say.
All right. So going into this game, I was looking forward to Buddy's 1,000th goal. It was definitely hyped up. I think they requested to play in Sydney to make sure it was, home fans could get there and everything like that. The announcers were like, yeah, people got their running shoes on. I'm waiting to see everybody run on the field, bro. I'm real hyped for that. I'm glad we're watching footy and getting to see that probably for the last time it will happen. So I'm definitely going to catch all of his games, but man, GWS shut all that shit down. They said they ain't, not on us, bruh. They did not want to be a part of that history, bro. GWS defense was great. You hyped up Sydney a lot, so I'm gonna have to stick with the Orange Boys, man. GWS, Tom Green, he played fucking fantastic, bruh. Canelio, he was looking decent. He was looking great, but I still want him to do better, but he was definitely looking good out the pack. He was definitely agile around the ball and being able to get good kicks off.
Comfortable.
Yeah, for sure. Toronto. He had his goals in there. He definitely was looking like a dangerous player for GWS. They definitely have a team that people need to look out for. I think this was definitely finals level footy this game.
It was. Phil Davies was the one who was guarding Buddy, and he did a great job.
Yeah.
A great job, I will say. He made me realize who he was off this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it got to a point where Buddy moved back to the midfield because it was like he wasn't getting his goal this game, bro. So, just like you said, just a great defensive pressure game from both sides. I'm really surprised the score was as high as it was, but that just shows the level of play on both sides, to be honest.
Himmelberg had maybe mark of the year, maybe.
Yeah, questionably market around for sure. He did that. Oh, who else went up for a good mark that game though? Somebody went up for a decent one. Yeah, but Himmelberg was definitely probably my favorite. One of my favorites. Probably my favorite because of the result afterwards.
Yeah. I feel you. Yeah, that's game of the round, man, in my opinion. Next game we got, which potentially could have been if the standard had been played up to, Brisbane versus Port at the Gabba. And that was a pretty interesting game, man.
Man, so this game, I was kind of disappointed on both sides, honestly. I was thinking Brisbane was going to be a great team this year. And not saying they didn't play great. This was a good game. So this game, it wasn't the same level as the Sydney GWS, but it was still a back and forth game, very defensive. It was a low scoring game too. It was more, I want to say this game was almost more methodical. Sydney GWS was like an aggressive game. This game was more of a planned game, like kind of plays. People were just trying to get there, man. I'm going to say this to try to explain that a little better. Port, I don't think they're good at creating their own offense, but I do think they're good at capitalizing on mistakes, and that's where most of their points came from. Brisbane, on the other hand, I think them boys, it was almost like they were both just capitalizing off each other's mistakes, bro. It was like, but because it was still hard for them, I don't think many goals just came off of clean kicks just down the line. It was always off somebody's fuck up, and then it was just everybody was in the right position for the counter attack.
There's plenty of opportunity missed on offense for sure.
I really don't know how to break down this game now. I thought I had it before we started talking about it, but now I gotta just get to the play. Joe Danaher, first of all, let me get into what fucking blew my fucking mind. Joe Danaher at halftime, bruh, he went up for probably what would have been a speculator round. Off just the mark alone, I would give Joe Danaher's speculator round for sure, but at the buzzer, it was, he caught it right before the buzzer, looked up, handballed it away after the buzzer. No goal, no nothing. It was just a fucking brain fart moment. Joe Danaher, goofiest moment of the round, in my opinion. You can go ahead, bro. This shit.
I'll start saying that this game there was a lot of injuries. This game,
It was.
Trent McKenzie got hurt, especially for Port. Dersma got hurt. He took a bump from Robbo, which he got suspended for, which was one of the ones that I didn't think would be an instant suspension or it would be upheld, because it looked like he did stop or did try to stop, and Dersma also lived with his head. So I was kind of surprised to see that. Connor Rosie got hurt as well. I think he returned though. But yeah, it was just missed opportunities on both sides. Port has no inside 50 efficiency at all. They have 19 scoring shots on 55 inside 50s, bro. That's not efficient at all. But when they did have, and they had like Dan Houston, they had a bomb of a goal like way outside 50. So it's like, bro, you getting a hardship, but you can't create anything easy, bro. You're falling to the pressure of Brisbane, and I think Brisbane did play good defense, but they didn't have really any flow for the most of the night, and they did look okay at times, but they gave up runs from Port, and Port was look good up until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I just think the pressure kind of got to them. Did you say the Alir shit when you?
I didn't. I was about to, bro. Alir folded the whole fucking game, bro. It was tied 61-61 in the fourth quarter, bro. Port had hella pressure in the forward 50. Like I was saying, bro, off a mistake, they gave up the ball to Brisbane. Brisbane was pushing it down. Alir was the only one in Brisbane's 450. The ball came straight to him, bro. He missed it, fell down. Brisbane caught up to it, kicked the goal, bro. And I don't even know how you fold something like that, bro. Like
he did a back roll after he dropped the mark.
Back roll, that was probably the goofiest. These are the two goofiest moments in the AFL that I've seen, and it was both in one game, bro.
It's ridiculous, bro.
That shit's so crazy, bro.
I'll say in this game, Brisbane had the advantage on the ground ball. They were able to clean up a little bit better than Port was.
Yeah.
I think Port, when they did look good, they were able to.
Goddamn, just got to 30 minutes.
I think when Port did look good, they were able to get a little momentum just by finding multiple inside 50s. Whether it worked out or not, sometimes it did. They were able to have, like I said, 19 scoring shots. If you have that many inside 50s, eventually you will score. But that's just not enough, bro. You shouldn't lose that game if you have that many. I think in the fourth quarter when Brisbane got away, they played great. Defensively, they had constant pressure on Port. Offensively, even when Aliir didn't have that much pressure on him to catch that mark, he folded anyway. So I don't know, man. Port looking kind of strugglish right now. I'm not looking too convinced on them. I thought it'd be a better game. I thought it'd be a better executed game on both sides.
Yeah.
I'm not really gonna take too much from Brisbane from this, just because how they finished the game. We'll see if they can keep that up continually. And Lachie Neal looked great though. We didn't mention him. He looked great. He looked like the one great player in the midfield for Brisbane, I would say. He looked like the standout. So I'm gonna keep watching y'all, man. I don't really have too many solid opinions on either one of them right now. But
Yeah, that was
uncharacter-like.
for sure.
Next game we got North versus Hawks, man.
And on the other hand, I thought the Hawks were going to be ass. I thought the Hawks were, I predicted them to be the 18, other than maybe Gold Coast or something. I can't even say that this week. But the Hawks.
Back and conditioned and having the team chemistry going. But North Hawks, so I started watching this game a little late. And when I turned it on, it was just left. So the rest of the game was just, I just couldn't watch it, bro. It was turnovers from both teams. It just looked terrible skill, execution, and I just did not like it. But when I did watch the whole game, it was good, bro. It's good to see Simkin turn up, especially because I got him in my fantasy. But he's helping me realize how great of a player he is. I think CJ had a great first quarter. CJ was everywhere, bro. If you don't know, Chankul Jeth from Hawthorn, the Sudanese player off halfback. Damaging player, bro, as far as intercepts, as far as running, as far as his handballs aren't like off target as far as tonight was, or that night was. And he seems to be a damaging player, and I don't know what he can be, what his ceiling will be, but I'm excited to see where he can go. Also, another impactful player in the first quarter, I think, was Jason Horn-Francis, the #1 pick from North. He gave us a good first quarter. I think he had like 6 disposals in the first quarter. Yeah, I don't know if he had a goal. We might have not had to go the first quarter, but the whole defense, Zeeble got pretty much stuck on an unfavorable matchup. And really, Mitch Lewis and Jack Gunston took advantage of that, bro. They really started going off in the forward line for the Hawks, and I really didn't have too many forwards that I was really saying that could be that option for them as far as the main target, especially with McAvoy being out this game. So the Hawks really kind of showed me a little resiliency. I think North started slow with the inside 50s, but they ended up getting a little better. But the Hawks ended up taking that game away. They really started blowing them out the water at the end of the game. And the ball movement looked good at times from the Hawks, so salute to them. I think North may have been out of shape. They looked gassed. Yeah. There was like no runs. So if North at the end folds again, fourth quarter next game, they're definitely out of shape.
Yeah, they will.
Yep. Luke McDonald was great off halfback for them, though. You said they will?
They're going to have to.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
They had 3 rucks as well. Let's add that. They had 3 rucks, bro.
Yeah, they did.
That's slowing you down, bro. That's not defensive pressure at all with the 3 rucks.
No ground game at all.
No. So next game, Fremantle at the Adelaide Oval. No. Yeah, Adelaide Oval versus the Adelaide Crows.
So for this game, first of all, fuck Freo. But for this game, Freo was missing Fife, Darcy, and Tabner, and I still took them. And it's just because what they've been showing me this the offseason, their midfield is really coming together. They're really building a good team that's ready to compete with Jordan Clark on the team now. Not to mention all the people that were missing this week, and some of their young players are starting to develop into some good footy players like Frederick and Bailey Banfield. They're all becoming, not to mention you still got Mundy and Brayshaw. God damn it, why do I know all these people? Frio is becoming a good team, bro, and there's somebody to look out for. They're still inaccurate. They still had their problems this game. They still got a lot to work on, but I think the pieces are there for them. And once they get it all under control, once they get everybody back, my boys is gonna be tough. But Adelaide, y'all was good too, bro. Y'all showed a lot of promise. Ben Keys went off, but who I was most impressed by was Josh Rochelle. Young player, first game, five goals, one behind, very impactful. I think what is it, 26 disposals he had? Do you know how many disposals? It might have been triple 26, but he just made a great impact. I think Adelaide. I was uncertain on where to place them, but I do think I placed them right on the ladder. What else do I gotta say about this game, man? You know that.
I tipped Adelaide. I thought that those three players that you named from Frio would definitely, well, it did have an impact, obviously, but I thought it would really be too much for them to handle because I am high on Adelaide. I like the way that their midfield moves, like I said, based off the preseason. Keys played at another level tonight. I liked Matt Crouch's first game since 2020 at 30 touches, so that was good to see. And then I drafted number 6 overall pick Josh Rochelle, so I was excited to see him. I was definitely rooting for him more so because I have him on there, but I'm probably gonna be a fan of him. He didn't just get it. He impacted the game. He provided the leads to be able to get the ball, and he just looked like a player who just knows how to play footy. And he was accurate, and he could have had 7 goals, bro. He could have had 7. He missed one. He missed 2, 1 on the full, and I just wonder, man, what he could really be. As far as Frio went, Jordan Clark, like you said, he stood out. He looked comfortable, bro. I don't know why Geelong really got rid of him. If they were moving in the direction that they're we've seen, Jordan Clark could have fit right in with the team the way Geelong's playing now. So,
Yeah.
kind of question with that. Frio, you really pretty much have the same takeaways. We know that they're going to be inaccurate. I'm not really confident in that, especially with when Fife comes back. That shit going to make it worse, in my opinion. But Jimmy Rowe, I like James Rowe. He had a pretty impactful game as far as him scoring goals. He had 2 goals, 21 disposals, and I just starting to see all the talent from Adelaide that I didn't really give too much credit last year, and they just seem to step up a little bit, a level this year, based off this one game. But Frio just was too much. Adelaide gave themselves a chance at the end of the game, had a shot on goal. They just really needed it behind just to tie it. They were down by 1 point. And really, before they even had the goal, they had the ball. They had the ball in the 450, and ball got spoiled. They created another stoppage in the 450. Ball came in. Ben Keys with a quick touch, shot on goal, and Heath Chapman, shout out to him, the defender, not only had the awareness to tip the ball to spoil it, but to spoil it forward, not behind, so that they would get 1 point to draw the game. So Heath Chapman really the MVP. He won the game with the spoil. And I'm kind of ashamed of Adelaide's effort to push up to try and get that ball because they still had time. It's not like when the spoil happened, the game was over. There was no Adelaide Crows even in the vicinity. And there were plenty of Frio players to hand the ball off to or to kick forward to be able to get that one last mark to seal the game. So Darcy Fogarty, I'm kind of fizzling a little bit on him. I like his accuracy, but I got to see a little bit more work rate from Darcy, man. Frederick, you said the goal of the year candidate?
Could be.
He had a little tip into himself off the boundary, like right behind the goal. Got it, kicked the goal. That was a highlight. Also, Frederick getting smothered. What's Brad's name?
I can't remember.
But he got a smother on Frederick that was really clutch. And I love the defensive effort. I love the defensive highlights. And just not enough, man. Just not enough.
I'm gonna hate that Frio's good this year, bro.
Man, be like that, bro. Next game we got is the last game of the week. Yo boys, West Coast versus the Gold Coast.
You can go ahead and take this one first, man.
All right, West Coast versus Gold Coast, man. As as we all know, West Coast is hampered by injuries. Um, really, I would say the one area in this game where West Coast really stood out to be the best was the back line. They looked to be at least the most less injured spot, and they had composure at least in the beginning of the game before the game broke out in the fourth quarter. Tom Barras wasn't too bad. He had his first career goal in 100 games, so salute to him. I think at the time he was the second longest tenure player to not have a goal, so he wiped himself off that list. But Gold Coast just looked to play that hard footy that I thought that they would play, that the contested ball, and Nick Nat couldn't get an advantage over Jared Witz. Witz did a good ass job, so without that Nick Nat advantage in the ruck, and especially with the midfielders being out, it was really hard for West Coast to get over the hump. They did have some standout, like some performances that put me on notice. Xavier O'Neal with the little behind the back and kick inside 50, and it worked out to be a mark. And also the spin move out the stoppage goal that he had. So I like a couple new talents that I've seen from West Coast. Brady Huff, I think is his name, right?
Sure, we got a lot of players.
Yeah, right. But I think Gold Coast just their young talent showed out with Isaac Rankin and Brandon Davies, and they just looked real comfortable, and they kind of made it look easy, to be honest, at times. And Cho fit in. It was just hard. Them boys looking good, man. What else I want to say about this game? I think West Coast. Okay, so West Coast wasn't getting the ball as much in the beginning, but their ball use and their ball efficiency was what kept them in the game up until the point where they kind of fell off, where Gold Coast really elevated the game, I'll say. First half, like Jermaine Jones, he looked good, bro. They had players that looked good. And even Willie Rioli at times looked good. I'll save that part for you, though. But Gold Coast just efficiently was walking in inside 50, and they dominated the center bounce. Charlie Ballard had great intercept marks, a great number of intercept marks as far as stopping y'all from getting there. So y'all had limited opportunities compared to what they did, and they were able to capitalize on that despite some inaccuracy issues from them as well. So
yeah, man. So going into this game, I knew we was gonna lose. We had too many of our key players just not playing for various reasons, injuries, COVID, all types of shit. But so I was going into this game just looking for something to build on, and as of that, I think I got that. I think a lot of the young players showed a lot of promise, and despite Gold Coast being who they are, they did play a tough game, and I think we can respect how close we kept it. Rioli, bro, I'm glad you back, bro. I'm glad you back, Willie Rioli, man. Even though the league's trying to keep you down, bro. Hey, bro, that shit was raw. Don't even worry about that. You know, he was playing hard. That's what you're supposed to do. And all the people that was like, hey, man, he should definitely be suspended, man. Rioli's a true footballer. He's been waiting over 2 years to get back to the sport. You can't do that, man. He just trying to play hard, man. You know he got the Rioli bloodline in him. Y'all done took 2 years off his playing time. He want that back. He want all that. Other than that, SPS, that was a great pickup for us. Appreciate that, Carlton. I think he's definitely gonna fit in with us. We definitely need him to, run into the pass, get the ball, get it out. Great ball user, and he kicks goals, bro. He fits right in with everybody. Jermaine Jones, like you said, great young player to look out for.
I got some indigenous chemistry.
Yeah, we do. We build up. Wait till Tim Kelly and Liam Ryan get back, man. I had a whole squad in that bitch, man. But who else? Zane True. Handball to yourself, bro. I know you goddamn maybe not meant to do that, but I'm about to add that to the arsenal, bro. Who else, bro? I could really go on about all the players. West Coast, as a fan, I really think we have a lot of positives to build off of, knowing that we're going to be getting players back every week, and we got North next week, so that's definitely a winnable game for us. And this is just great to test out our players, some young players, see where they're going, see where they fit. We didn't have, a breakout game from no young player like some other teams, but, we got a good squad to build around. So I'm happy with what I saw, and I think we're gonna be decent this year for sure.
I will add Toot Miller and Matt Rao had great games. I don't think I spoke on that. Just to add on to what I said already. But, yeah, man, the Optus Stadium shit, man. I can't really treat that to Optus with the injuries, but I'll still be looking for that Optus rep when we get on the season, man.
Yeah, but shit, that's all 9 games this round. Anything else to add to this bitch, man? Really said the goofy shit, bruh. Oh, we can just put that here, bruh. We gonna start doing goofy shit of the round, bruh. I guess you can choose your goofy shit.
The Aaliyah got to be the goofy shit, bro. Just there's no. Why is that the same game, bro? Aaliyah, goofy ass, bro. There's no way. Who would you rather be? I would rather not be Aaliyah. So boom, I'd rather not do that shit. Fucking drop the mark and do a fucking whole somersault, nigga. Not even put the effort to the ball. And then, bro, not only did he do that, they ran. It's not like they scored right after that, bro. They had this. What Lincoln McCarthy, I think it was, had to do a whole turnaround snap, bro. Before that, and Aaliyah didn't even run to the ball. Right? If listen, I'm a captain of a team, right? If you turn the ball over and you're not running and I am, we have a fucking problem. Hey, Pirate, you hear that? I bet.
Damn, bro. I didn't think about it. If I was him, bro. If I was him, I would definitely rather not be a leader. But I gotta get a goofy shit to Joe Danaher, bro. Just because, like, Aaliyah shit, it was a mistake, bro. Niggas drop marks on time, bro. His shit was just at a crucial ass moment.
The All Australian. They should have gave Weeder an All Australian for that.
Man, it happens to the best of us sometimes, man. But Joe Danaher shit, that shit was just stupid, bro. That nigga was just
dumb. Rugby ass shit.
That nigga was just dumb as fuck because you had the mark. You just went up for a great specky, bro. And I don't even like talking about the specky because of the dumbass shit you did afterwards.
If there was one player who would do the same shit Joe Danaher did, who would you name? Because I got one in my head already and shit.
I don't even know.
No Jack Darling?
Darling would do some
Darling would do that. Darling would do that.
But you can't goddamn just like and it's a close game. It's not even like y'all was blowing them boys out and y'all was just whooping their ass. It was a close ass game and you just handball a whole 6 points away. You just gave that shit away for nothing.
You did give it away, bro.
So I'll have to
in your teammates' faces.
Right there in front of everybody. After everybody worked for that shit. Everybody was there playing hard and you just give the whole goal away. Bro, I think they brought it from the back.
That was when bro did the
yeah, so them niggas moved it all.
Jared Lyons, maybe?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that shit to Joe Danaher, man.
You fucked up a whole play.
Yeah.
Imagine if you ran from full back or half back with the janitor didn't run from full half back.
No. Imagine him being the person that kicked him the spec. Who? You know who kicked him that? Kicked him that specky that he went up for, bro, and great play. And then you celebrating and shit, and then next thing you know, no 6 points, bro.
I don't think it was McCluggage.
But yeah, I think that's it for this week, man. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube shit. We do this all the time.
We're ready to see what we got with y'all, man. We're ready to enjoy this season with y'all, man. We're happy to be back. See y'all Carlton Western Bulldogs, man.
Yeah, for sure.